Once again, very warm welcome to one and all. Welcome to our new class, Artificial Neural Network, and new topic is pattern recognitions. Today we are going to discuss about what is the meaning of pattern recognitions, what is the meaning of pattern classifications, mapping and all. In general, to whom you are calling as pattern? If I will talk about here on the screen itself, there are a lot of some different things I shown. If you will see here, this is the fingerprint, right? And everyone knows that there is a pattern for that. Each and everyone has some pattern. Pattern means some similar kind of entity each and everyone having, even the living things or non-living things. If you will see this barcode, QR code, this one is also having some pattern. Right? If you will see this barcode also, this one is also having some pattern, and in that pattern some informations are there. So how machine is going to recognize that what exactly the pattern is there, and what are the types of pattern recognitions are available, that today we are going to discuss. But before going to start the pattern, who was the person who given this concept and when? If you have seen the person in the year of 1985, Santoshi Watanabe defined the pattern. Pattern recognition is a branch of AI, artificial intelligence. Human can recognize the face without worrying about the various illuminations, because we are seeing the movies, Hollywood, Tollywood, Bollywood, whatever. And we can easily recognize the hero or the criminals, whether they are going to change the get-up or whatever, the illumination they are using. We know that while seeing only, yes, this is the only hero, he changed the get-up. Why? Because our human neurons are having a lot of intelligence there. But the same thing when we are implementing, we are expecting from the machine, that is really a big complex task. Now you just see here, it's a very big complex task. Now that only we are going to make it feasible with the help of AI. The field of artificial intelligence has made this complex task feasible. That's what I mentioned there. Now, who given this concept, when they given this concept? Now, second thing coming in my mind is, what is the meaning of pattern? And initially also I have a discussion, a pattern is an entity, just see, the pattern is an entity that could be given a name. Or you can say that pattern is a set of object or phenomena or the concept where the elements set are similar to one another in the certain way. If you will see this speech, some frequency signal, it is having some pattern, right? This is some kind of patterns we have. DNA is having some pattern in the human body. Human face, handwritten words, fingerprint, all these are the example of pattern recognitions only. What kind of pattern we have, that how machine is going to be recognized, what are the fundamental steps we have, that we will see today. Just now I had a discussion about what are the various examples. Pattern includes a repeated trend in the various form of data. For example, pattern could be a finger image, handwritten cursive words, human face, speech signal. All these things we already discussed. This one is speech signal, the tree structure, fingerprint, face, barcode, QR code, handwritten, and different symbols. But everywhere we have a entity, the pattern, repetitive trends, so that we can analyze that, yes, this is one kind of pattern we have. Right? All these things already discussion. If someone is walking on floor and if someone is having such kind of pet, now see, there is a pattern here. The DNA is having a pattern. Once we know what exactly the pattern, so now we will come to the pattern recognition. What exactly the pattern recognition is? It is a procedure, here I mention also, is the procedure of processing and analyzing diverse information. In the form of numerical, literal and logical. What I said, pattern recognition is the procedure of processing and analyzing the diverse information. What it means? Perceiving some information, processing some information, and finally based on that processing we are going to predict something with the help of machine. Perceives, observe the environment, whatever the environment informations are available, interact with the real world. Processing means what kind of operations we want to apply on that pattern, that in the background that we want to see, and prediction, what kind of decision we want to get it from there. So these are the three steps what we are going to use in the pattern recognitions. But how we are going to design the particular model for the pattern recognitions? What are the essential steps involved in the pattern recognitions? These are the four fundamental steps we have. First, data acquisition. What is the meaning of data acquisition here? Suppose this is the sensor we have, fingerprint sensor, and when you are going to put your finger on this, might be you are going to cover your thumb into this particular area. Now what is the left out here? This particular portion is left out on the sensor, because when sensor will scan your finger, this portion is empty. In the rest of the area you covered with your thumb, with your finger. So when the sensor is going to be scan the entire screen, so your thumb is going to be scan it out. Your image is going to be considering that process. That process, that particular step we are calling as input image or data acquisition. But when we have considered this image, so during that time lot of noise due to the lighting effects, quality of the picture is low, and might be due to some XYZ factor, other factors are going to be affect this image. So those parameters, the blurriness, the noise, the low quality of the pixels, we are going to reduce in pre-processing steps. Because every time when you will test, when you will give your finger, every time your thumb area, cover area is different. Every time this shape is not going to be same. So we have to resize it. We have to go with the scaling also. So there are number of things we are doing in pre-processing. Why? So that we can easily extract those features and we can easily identifying the pattern in that. If the noise is there, the low quality of the image are available, due to those parameters our efficiency, our accuracy of the model is going to be reduced. So that's what the significance of pre-processing in pattern recognition. Third, data representation. Data representation is nothing you can call as segmentation. Once you improve the quality of the image. Now can you tell me, whatever the example we consider here on the board, this part is, background part is important to recognize the pattern? No. Why? Because it is just extra part. What is your thumb area? Whatever the boundary I marked it here. This one is your thumb area. That's what is very important if you want to recognize the pattern in that. Rest of the portion, rest of the background part I don't want. So from the background to just segregate the ROI, the region of interest, from the foreground, if you will segregate it, that process we are calling as segmentation process. So once you will segregate it, how it will looks like, so this particular area is looks like What you did, you just removed the background of the image, only the foreground of the image, the object where you touch the finger, that particular boundary, exactly we extracted that. Now this is the real image, exact image we required, and in that we are going to extract the features. From here, in this particular ROI, we are going to extract the features, and in those features, based on that, we are going to save in the particular database, and then we will match it finally what is the score of that, and we will identifying it what kind of pattern is it. So these are the four fundamental process we have in pattern recognition system, and that's what I explained it here also with the help of flow chart and the diagram. The first input we are going to consider it, right? Input here you already consider. In sensing, the pre-processing part we are going to cover it, segmentation, feature extraction, and finally the classification. After classification, one more step is there, post-processing. In few of the application we are using this also. So what will be the confidence score? The validation we are going to check it here. And that's what I mentioned step by step here. What is the meaning of data acquisition and pre-processing, removal the noise, isolation of the pattern, background, in segmentation, the feature extraction, right? New representation in terms of features, and finally based on these features belongs to what kind of pattern that we are going to identifying, and what is the confidence level of those output that we are checking in post-processing pattern. That we already discussed. So these fundamental we should know it. Once we know the fundamental of pattern recognition, so now we are going to discuss about what kind of models are available here. Now you just have a look here. Statistical model, the syntactic model, template matching model, and neural network model. Statistical means based on the statistic and probability. That's what I mentioned here, statistics and the probability. Syntactic means it is just structural model. Structural model means the relations between the features. That we are going to check it here. Template matching, in this model, template or prototype pattern to be recognized is available. What is the outer layer of structure of that is. Neural network model, the last type of this is an ANN, artificial neural network, is a self-adaptive trainable process that is able to learn, resolve complex problem based on available knowledge. So these are the four different type of models are available in the pattern recognition: statistical, syntactic, template matching, and neural model. And these are few more differences I mentioned between all four: statistical, syntactic, neural pattern, and template matching, for all of your kind reference, right? I don't want to go in depth because each and everything we already discussed what exactly is the difference. Now based on the classification, what kind of classifications are available here? So first one is supervised based classification here. So in the picture, if you will see that number of triangles are available, right? Yellow color and the blue color, and number of circles are available. But when you are going to classify it into two different things, yellow color and the blue color, so based on the color combination only we are going to provide it whatever this color is there, because color is a one kind of pattern. Or you can segregate in the form of circle and triangle also. Circle and triangle also, either big or small, that doesn't matter, blue or yellow doesn't matter, but based on the structure you are going to identify, or based on the color you are going to classify. It's your choice what exactly you are expecting from your module. So accordingly we will give the training. So this one is supervised learning classifier, because initially you know that these are the triangle and these are the circle. When we know the label of the data set, that labeling, that kind of data we will provide to the supervised learning algorithm. But when we will come to the unsupervised training learning algorithm, here if you will observe that I didn't mention any kind of triangle and circle on the top, right? All these are the similar kind of structure we have, and here also the another type of structure. This is the second type of structure and this is the first type of structure we have. Now based on their shape only, our machine is going to be identifying that yes, either in the triangle or circle you want to identify, right, or blue color or yellow color you want to classify it. It depends on you. Now just have a look here. Previously the data set was labeled. We know that initially only yes, all these are triangle or these are circle, but right now based on their shape only, your algorithm is identifying that yes, all these types are belongs to one color and all these types are belongs to another color. That is the beauty of unsupervised learning algorithm. At last, what are the types of applications where we can use the pattern recognitions here to identifying the character recognitions, number plates, the similar kind of number plates we have while running the vehicles, how we are going to identifying the pattern, right? The license plate recognitions, optical character recognition, these are the beautiful application for this. Second, when you want to retrieve the data, any kind of document in the organization you want to retrieve it on the web page through the document, that is another. Text characteristics, you can say similar kind of words. Speech recognition is another beautiful example. Speech to text, voice command control, etc. All these speech recognition, pattern recognitions we are doing. Everyone is using nowadays smartphone, so their Siri, Alexa, all these are the beautiful example, real-time applications of speech recognitions. We already had a discussion. There is a sum pattern that also I have seen on the, I shown you on the board in fact. Fingerprint recognitions, that also all of you know that if you will see each and everywhere there is a sum pattern. Each and every human being have different patterns on their thumb, right? So how you are going to recognize it, that. Next one, signature recognition. Everyone have their own styles. Like if I'm going to write my signs, I will do like that. So this is my pattern, this is my style. If I'm going to write my name also, if you will see the character representation of my name, Sandeep Kumar, so you will find that this is a one kind of pattern, how I'm going with the writing skills. Digital signature verifications, credit card, anti-fraud, etc. These are the various applications when we are going with the signature recognition area. Face detection, all of are having different face features, so how we are going to identifying with the help of machines, that is also one of the challenge. In the medical sector also, when you are going with the MRI scans, CT scans, right, X-rays, so similar kind of things, similar kind of patterns you will identifying inside the human body. So how you are going to identifying it, that is another area where we can do it. At last, what is the conclusion of the whole PPT? If you will see there, the template matching is simple. That's what I mentioned there to implement, but template size must be small to decrease the computational delay. We should decrease the computational that size of that template so that computational delay will be reduced. Second, statistical model highly dependent on the assumption of the distribution. When we are working with the neural network, can adaptively refine the classifier. Decision surface in the principle can be implemented. And last, syntactic method based on the structural things. So these are the four Models, different type of models, we had a discussion. So from the beginning, what is pattern recognition, who given this concept, when they given this concept, right? What are the fundamental steps of pattern recognitions, the classifications, right? What are the models are available in that, what are the applications we have based on pattern recognition. That's what we had a discussion. So with this word, I'm going to close it, our today class. Thank you very much to all of you.